The future map of the country is decided by what people like us do. We graze our sheep, plant vineyards. We chose this place because of its strategic and historic significance, and I thought I could make a difference here. It's fun to live off grid and have animals and eat your own sheep and grow your own food. But more importantly, you get to hold on to the land, participate in drawing the map.
Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom. How are you?
Good. Thanks for making the time.
Oh, and you all right?
Yeah, beautiful views. Neighbors don't give you a tough time driving through there?
Not anymore.
Yeah? First couple
It's
of
been a
times?
long time ago, but now everything is good. They want to work in Israel. They want to coexist, and they're worried about their parnassa. They're not worried about causing problems for anyone.
Okay, and maybe you can show us around a little bit.
You want to start from the Beit Midrash?
Wherever's good. Wherever's good.
So,
Okay, great. When was the synagogue?
There's been attempts to inhabit the Eitam successfully for more than a decade. This is the first attempt that lasted as long as it did, and it's been growing consistently since we've moved in here.
For the decade that you've been trying this,
Yeah,
what's been going on?
I've been trying it for half a decade. I came here 5 years ago. The purpose of me being here, and I'm assuming the purpose of all the others who've tried, is to keep this land from falling into the hands of our enemies. There's constant attempts of encroachment onto Jewish land. It's been purchased by the JNF over 100 years ago. The Arabs are constantly slicing away bits of Eretz Israel, and they get away with it legally often, and the land will never be ours again in the near future. Okay,
If they get away legally with it.
yeah, and in many cases they do. So our job at the Givat Eitam, in this farm, and this whole project, not a profitable farm, it's something we do for the main purpose of keeping Eretz Israel, Eretz Israel. Over a decade where other groups have come here, tried to set up shop, and not succeeded and left. Because when we came here, it was like barren land like that. Nothing, there was nothing here. When I came here, there was not one structure.
Why do you think you've been successful at this?
There's sometimes an idea whose time has come. God gives us success sometimes he doesn't. But I think it was a convergence of circumstances that made this attempt more successful than previous ones. And hopefully it's a sign of the success of the settler movement in general, of keeping the hilltops, the farms, the agricultural land, and all the state land that belongs to our nation in our nation's hands. Would you like to see the Beit Knesset?
Yeah. Sure.
All right, come on in.
Yeah, let's check it out.
This Beit Knesset
Oh, wow.
is sacred, like all Beit Knesset. This Beit Knesset is unique in several aspects. One of them is that it's 100% Jewish labor. Everything was sourced from Hebron, from Jewish stores, and all the workers are actually the boys that studied here. It reflects the character and mission goal of this place, which is a place of Jewish labor, Jewish agriculture, and limud Torah. And this is where we study.
There's a Seder here? You have a Seder?
There's a Seder, a morning Seder, every morning where the boys study with the rabbis Talmud, Tanakh, and Halachah up until the afternoon. And then in the afternoon, it gets a little cooler. They go out and work in the fields.
How many guys live here?
About 10 boys, myself, another 2-3 families. And it's growing. And plus we have people from Efrat and from Jerusalem that come here to study, to work, and to volunteer.
Wow.
Not to mention the IDF, which is always doing patrols. There's always going to be some soldiers here and so on.
But you have a minyan?
Yeah, we have minyan every day.
That's amazing. Where do you find the guys?
So these are all post-high school boys who finished yeshiva, and they're 1 year before the army, they volunteer.
What is it, Hesder?
It's not even Hesder, it's a mechina, which is pre-army yeshiva program.
Wow.
This place has a lot of historical significance. This is not just a frontier farm. This is the place that Shimshon, Samson, escaped to Pelishtim after his wedding. He came to Selah Eitam, which is between Tekoa and Bethlehem, which is here. And the story of the jawbone of the donkey took place somewhere between here and Bethlehem. And until today, when you graze these hills, you find donkey skeletons everywhere.
Wow.
Which is remarkable. This was later fortified by Shlomo HaMelech's son, Rehoboam, and turned into a major city. And until today, we have aqueducts left over from the Second Temple period. They used to carry water to Jerusalem.
Wow. Let's check those out. Where are they?
Down here is the visitor center. This is where we host events. Further beyond that is a lookout point with a nice view where you get a view of the southern part of the farm. Maybe later we'll have time to go towards the aqueducts and see the ancient aqueducts that took water to the Second Temple in Jerusalem. Further down that way is a visitor center where we're building a place where visitors can come and get a movie, where they can get more information about this place. And further that way is a pool, a waterfall that we built for ourselves to refresh ourselves after a hard day of working in the field. Okay, so as you can see, there's an event going on right now, so we're not going to film too much inside. But
What is a bat mitzvah?
no, this is a company, I think it's a finance company that's doing an event here now.
Oh, very nice.
We cleaned it up good. We put the tables covered in cloth and everything, and we have weddings here. People who live this kind of lifestyle want to have a wedding at a farm.
It's a beautiful view.
Place, it's a pretty face as well. It's not just history.
Yeah.
It's beauty here too.
And these guys, they're happy that you're here?
They're not happy that we're here. The fact that we're here prevents them from encroaching and taking over all this valuable, strategically important and historically significant land. And that's why we're here. As you can see, they're building everywhere. And they have a plan to take over as much, to choke the Jewish communities in Yehuda and Shimron, Judea and Samaria, as much as they can. And it's the Zionism of 2024, is it now? That's the Zionism of today, is to prevent that from happening, to settle these hills, to be hilltop youth. We may not be young, but we can still live on the hilltops and prevent it from being invaded. This used to be owned by Israel, but it wasn't enforced very strongly. So when I came here, Arab shepherds would be grazing all over, and then we started planting and slowly showing signs of ownership, which legally in the future could mean that they can make claims to it. So I had to kick them out, put my own home here and my children, and we took over this land, and we're continuing to expand. B'ezrat Hashem.
When you first got here, even 4 years ago,
When I came here, this entire hill was clean. Okay, you only saw houses on the top of the hill. You didn't see this 1, 2, 3, 4. All these are new. Okay, it's all being funded by the European Union. It's being directed by NGOs.
I see they got some serious acreage. Each house gets like a giant plot of land.
Yeah, and we're constantly engaging with them legally with the army and with the civil administration to prevent illegal building, not always successfully. But unfortunately, they're growing, at least over here, at a faster rate than we are, and hopefully we'll overtake them, because as you can see, we're also expanding.
And that over there, that was already
That was
here.
already built, yeah, that's called Wadi Rachal.
What are these?
The buildings you see there, that's an interesting story. In the 90s, the Palestinian Authority built that for their police forces, for the security forces, and Israel didn't allow them to live there. It was too close to what's going with Jewish life. So those homes are empty. Notice the windows are not finished, they're empty, but it looks like any neighborhood in Beit Shemesh or in Efrat. It's like high-level construction.
What's the point?
The point of that place was to choke Efrat. But
How is that choking a Efrat? Efrat's like way over there.
yeah, but Efrat is going to be here one day. Everyone knows this is going to be.
Is this the Efrat
This is part of
municipality?
the future municipality of Efrat?
But it's like already part of the
Yeah.
municipality. It's just not developed.
Yes, correct.
Oh, so if I look on the governmental map, it says this is Efrat.
No, it won't say that, but it's called in Hebrew Atudot Karka. It's state land that's slated for Efrat. It's not going to be a new village. It's not going to be a new city. It's part of the existing city, which is Efrat. They're trying to encircle this area and use this for their industrial zone.
Got it.
So the future is decided, the destiny of this land is decided by how far we can graze our sheep, plant vineyards, and put homes.
So in an ideal world, this would have stayed empty. Efrat would have just expanded more organically.
And we would have put Jewish homes over there, but now it's too late.
What about this? They have an access road? Like, how do they get
Yeah.
to where they're...
Yeah, they have.
What, it's on the other side of this? So this is really just them building...
Yeah.
That community wanted to just hop this hill over here, basically. Okay. So these are all your sheep.
These are our sheep so far. We need more. Arabs, you could send a division of IDF guys, tell them to get off your land. They don't understand what they're doing wrong. They're just grazing their sheep. All the land is from Allah. It leads to them planting trees and orchards and homes, and eventually Supreme Court kicks us out. All right, but if you're grazing sheep and you tell them this is my grazing land, that's for them. They get it.
What are these aqueducts?
During Beit Sheni, the Second Temple period, there wasn't enough water in Jerusalem. to cater to all the pilgrims, all the Olei Regel that would come for the sacrifice and for the festivities. So they built a complex series of aqueducts through the Judean hills, bringing water, additional water to Jerusalem. This is one of the main ones. As you can see, it's about 4 or 5 meters deep. This is the visitor center that we built with the boys. As you can see, the purpose of this place is where tourists can come to the farm and learn about the history of the place and view the antiquities and have a...
Oh, wow. This looks great.
Imagine building this in the heat.
You can't imagine.
Both a nice view as well as a 3D movie about the Eitam.
Wow. Wow, look at this stone, real stone.
The stone is
Masonry.
all gravity, there's no concrete. But this
Here, I'll stand over here.
this arch that you see is done through ancient techniques of using gravity engineering.
Wow. It'll be quite a long time, Bezrat Hashem. Well, this is amazing. Thank you for making the time.
Thanks for coming by. It's nice to share this place.
Yeah, a little view, outdoors. What could be better? You got a barbecue going over here. I picked a good day.
Yeah.
Give us an overview. Where are you coming from? And what motivated you to start this farm?
My name is Mordechai. I went to yeshiva as a kid, to rabbinical school. It's always been my dream to live the frontier Zionist lifestyle, something I always believed in. But circumstances were never great. I was a rabbi, I worked, I had a business, children, wife. Only during COVID was there enough craziness in the world for me to just do this. And I chose this place because of its strategic and historic significance. And I thought I can make a difference here. The purpose of this type of lifestyle that I live, it's fun to live off grid and have animals and eat your own sheep and grow your own food. But more importantly, you get to hold on to the land and participate in drawing the map. Future map of the country is decided by what people like us do. We graze our sheep up to a certain point, we plant vineyards. That's where Israel's going to end.
Where did that passion come from? Like it was instilled at an early age. It was what's the backstory here?
So I was not raised by Zionist parents. They weren't anti-Zionists, but they weren't Zionist either. I was raised in Brooklyn. I was born in Jerusalem, but my parents moved to Brooklyn when I was 3 years old. The Zionism that I kind of imbibed was really from texts, from going to yeshiva, and it wasn't taught in yeshiva either. I went to Haredi yeshivas. But the texts themselves called me to the land. I felt that that's what I read. We were all reading the same Chumash, the same text. When I'm reading about Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, and the Promised Land, and Moshe Rabbeinu, the tragedy of him not being able to see the land and trying so hard to get here, and the sin of the spies, as we just read recently, of rejecting the land. To me, that was all a calling to live like this. That's what it made sense to me. And then I made a series of choices that brought me here.
Wow, so it wasn't anything in your nurture.
No.
It was the Torah.
It was the Torah itself, yeah. But again, I read the Torah that way. I can't see how anyone wouldn't read it that way. But I was reading Torah with several hundred other boys, and maybe from all of us, 2 or 3 made choices like mine.
Well, you haven't followed up with all of them, I'm assuming.
No, I haven't.
So tell me, like, when did you move to Israel?
So I went to yeshiva high school in America, Brooklyn, Haredi yeshiva, Mir yeshiva actually. And my dad didn't want me to go to one of these Zionist heads of yeshiva that I wanted. He said, try going to Torah or Mir, like one of the more 1-year Haredi programs.
Gap year, we call it.
Yeah, like a gap, like that. And then we'll figure it out. You go to college, you go to rabbinical school, you'll figure out what you want to do. After a few months, I strung on my parents into letting me go to Merkaz Rav of Cook's Yeshiva. And that's where I was ordained as a rabbi.
Okay, so Merkaz Rav really your passion was before Merkaz Rav.
Yeah, I knew
you were off the D. I mean, you were basically in the Haredi world a little bit off the D there.
People saw me as off the derech, but I wasn't off the derech in the classic way. I wasn't going to Ben Yehuda. Like I never went, but it wasn't my thing to go. I wasn't going out with girls. It was a minor issue. What I wanted was to be a Zionist, to go to the army. and live in a settlement. And at the time, in the 90s, that wasn't as common as it is today for someone from my background.
So you get married, have some kids.
I got married when I was 19, and or just turned 20. I lived in Mevaseret. I went to rabbinical school there. Became a rabbi in New York for a year or two, like many people from my rabbinical school did. And after 2 years of that, I went into business, started coming back to the States, traveling back to Israel. And over time, I just started this project 4 or 5 years ago. Up until then, I was just a normal guy.
Where?
I was living in New York and
you literally,
Jerusalem
from
area.
COVID, jumped the lake.
I was going back and forth between New York
Okay.
and Israel. I had a place in Yad Binyamin for a bit. And when I settled down and decided, at some point, I decided that I'm checking out, that this is what I'm doing.
Fine. So you were going back and forth from Brooklyn to here.
I had a business in the States that I was nurturing, but at some point you couldn't live in both countries. I decided to live here. And then COVID struck. And when COVID happened, that's when it clicked that I can actually do this. It's not just a dream.
So this was started
during COVID.
During COVID. COVID was really the catalyst
that made it happen before. An ideology I had for years.
You were thinking about it, you wanted to do it, and then
telling my kids that if they're going to be on their phones during dinner, we're just going to go to some farm with no internet and like raise sheep. I was like one of those guys who speaks to his kids about it all the time.
Wow.
But
what did your wife say?
By the time I moved here, I was divorced already.
Okay, so you're a single guy.
I was single.
You're on the market, as they say.
I know that. Yeah. My ex-wife would have nothing to do with this place. She doesn't like when the children are here. It's just a point of contention between us. But you know.
And that was you were divorced by like 2020. Was it?
Yeah, I was already divorced.
It's a non-factor.
Yeah, it wasn't an issue anymore.
So let me ask you this then: how important is it? I mean, you can't compare it because like your wife didn't come here with you, but you know, do you find it? Are you able to like focus more on the task at hand? Is it something that makes it easier for you to do this?
Meaning, what makes it easier?
Being a flying solo, like
being single. Yeah, it has its advantages. I'm more free to do what I want. I can work till late and so on. Yeah, it has its advantages and it has its disadvantages because on a farm you need more hands.
And where do you find you said the buffering help? I see you got some dorms here for them to stay.
Dorms of volunteers and so on. Yes, that helps.
And you're the Rebbe. You're teaching.
No, not anymore. Last year I taught. This year I didn't have. I didn't.
You brought someone else in.
The teachers here, those rabbis.
That's great. That's great. Incredible. What message would you say if someone's watching this from Brooklyn, from across the pond? You see someone like you, he's going for it. What would you tell him?
I would say the following: the time for Jews in America is running out, and I could only bless you that you should merit to come to Eretz Yisrael b'chavod, with honor and dignity, in a way where you still have your freedom, where you have money, where you can build your own place, where you can come here in comfort. If you wait too long, you may have to come here in some ma'abara, God forbid, in like a refugee camp where Jewish refugees from all over the world will come because of what is coming upon us. So it's a warning and it's a blessing. And I'm hoping to see you all in Eretz Yisrael.
Anything else you want to add?
Someone wants to help this farm and farms like us, Frontier Farm. What we do is not profitable. It's barely sustainable. And we're constantly inundated with challenges like fires started by Arabs or the military closing down one of our structures and so on. So if anyone wants to support the work we do, they can reach out to me and we can discuss details. Support is needed to continue this project.
Where's the chill? You mentioned there's going to be a chill. Is it be over there?
I try to eat meat and both lamb and beef that I slaughter myself. I don't have cows here, but I have sheep. So I bring a shochet, slaughter my own sheep. If it doesn't come out kosher, I sell it to the Arabs. If it comes out kosher, I eat, feed it to my children, sell some parts to friends. And similarly, I go to the Golan and pick up a cow, slaughter it, and bring it back in my Jeep in quarters and butcher it and do the same thing. So I always
you love the farming life.
I like it, yeah.
What about the chill, like the any night chill? And I was going to say Thursday night, but you could really do it any night.
No, but Thursday night is when, like, any other night you come, I have a chavrutam and the Beit Midrash, I'm working. Thursday night, we chill, we have cigars, we have smoked meat, we have wine, we let loose a little bit. There's also the Beit Torah, an interesting conversation and interesting people. Thursday night's a great time to come here.
And that's, you smoke the meat before that? Or?
Yeah, smoking from the morning.
From the morning. So
From
you'll
the morning,
slaughter
8
it. It's going to be
hours.
slaughtered that
It's slaughtered
morning,
the day before,
the day before.
and it's hung up in the fridge, and then smoking all day.
Amazing. Amazing.
And it's
Amazing.
fully with the
And
bone.
what's the heksha?
There's no heksha.
Who's the shochet?
The shochet, his name is Rabbi Friedman, Benjamin Friedman. He's a shochet for the badatz, and
For badatz?
this is yeah, he works for badatz, but it's like a home school, like a home, like old school shechita that you do of your own animals.
Amazing. So okay, so this is the place.
If it
And
comes
it's not,
out,
it's not dangerous getting out here at night.
No,
Some of those
not at
roads.
all.
No? Piece of cake. Is it well lit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday night chill is the best.
My mouth's already watering. Life in Israel's tough, huh?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
There's no chill.
Maybe some people in Brooklyn will see this. They want to come talk shop with you, you know?
Yep. Amazing.
Very good. Thank you for making the time.